You wake up each morning with a quiet sense that you're capable of more, accomplishing more, growing more, becoming more. Yet something unseen holds you back. It isn't laziness. It isn't a shortage of chances. It isn't even fear in the usual sense. It's the absence of something most people spend their entire lives chasing but rarely discover. True discipline. Not the kind that relies on bursts of inspiration. Not the kind that shows up only when you feel energized. But the kind that operates when you're drained, when doubt creeps in, when every part of you wants to stop. The kind that refuses to bargain. Miyamoto Musashi possessed this quality. It's why he fought more than 60 lethal duels and never suffered defeat. Not because he was the most powerful, not because he was the quickest, but because he understood hard, unforgiving truths about self-mastery, truths most people realize far too late, if at all. A young Ronin once approached him after watching him end a public duel in seconds, one precise, decisive strike. The young warrior had trained for years. Skills were solid, yet when the critical moment arrived, he froze. His thoughts scattered. His body refused to respond. "I've practiced for years," he admitted. "But when it matters, I lock up. What am I lacking?" Musashi studied him calmly and asked, "Do you practice when you don't feel like it?" The young man hesitated. "I practice when I'm motivated. When I feel ready." "Then you aren't practicing," Musashi replied. "You're performing. And performance depends on favorable conditions. Real training happens when conditions are harsh." That insight reshaped everything. In the beginning, Musashi woke him before dawn, everyday rain, cold, exhaustion. It made no difference. Complaints were met with a simple response: train anyway. Because enthusiasm is unpredictable, like shifting weather. Discipline is the solid earth beneath your feet. If your actions depend on feelings, your foundation is unstable. Action sparks momentum. Waiting for motivation keeps you stuck. Then, you'll never feel fully prepared, he warned. Avoiding fear only strengthens it. Confronting it, even if you fail, builds courage. Next was simplicity. When the young warrior arrived with elaborate armor and unnecessary gear, Musashi ordered him to remove it. More scattered your focus becomes. Attention is limited. Divide it carelessly, and your effectiveness weakens. Self-control followed. Musashi watched without reaction. Mastery of skill means little without mastery of self. A naturally gifted swordsman trained intensely for a few days, then vanished when excitement faded. Meanwhile, steady daily, effort ordinary, repetitive, unnoticed, slowly built real strength. Steady effort without talent leads to excellence. Pain was never treated as an obstacle. Training continued in bitter cold and deep fatigue. Endure it, Musashi insisted. Discomfort is not a signal to retreat. It is a process of refinement. Muscles strengthen under strain. Character forms under pressure. Avoid hardship repeatedly, and you condition yourself for fragility. Finally, he impressed upon his student the reality of time. Live as if their urgency replaces indifference. You stop saving your effort for later and begin acting now. Months passed. His mind remained uncluttered. His emotions stayed controlled. He relied not on natural ability, but on relentless preparation. He did not shrink from discomfort. He treated the moment as if it were the only one he would ever have. Musashi later died at 62, undefeated in battle, yet his greatest triumphs were not over other fighters. They were over hesitation, fear, ego, laziness, and comfort. The principles he lived by were never meant to make someone merely skilled with a weapon. They were meant to forge resilience, clarity, and resolve. You can return to familiar habits and remain where you are, or you can choose to act without waiting for the perfect mood, the perfect time, or the perfect conditions. Real change begins the moment you decide. Without negotiating with your excuses, the path starts now. Will you take it?